So, you're someone who wants to be more productive. You want to work more. You want to increase your productivity output. You want to increase your ability to work so you can get after your goals. I get it. See, the thing is, a year ago, I was exactly where you are. A year ago, I was trying to daily upload. I was a few days into daily uploading. And from December 12th until January 2nd, I uploaded daily for 3 weeks. But back then, I could barely focus for 20, 30 minutes. I could barely work for 30 minutes, an hour. I honestly really struggled to work for an hour. And honestly, I think most of us are the same. We have short attention spans. Our dopamine is fried. We're cooked. And we don't even know how to start taking action, how to properly set goals and properly take action, like make actions from our goals to start making progress. We don't know how to do any of this shit. Our parents didn't teach us this shit. The school system definitely didn't teach us this shit. The church ain't teach us this, you know what I mean? It's like, man. And so here we are on the internet. I feel you, gang. I feel you. This is where I was a year and a half ago when I got into self-improvement. And ever since I started pursuing my 15-year dream of being a YouTuber, and I mean, man, I've been recording YouTube videos for 12 and a half years, but it's been on and off. But you know what hasn't been on and off? My YouTube channel the past 7 months. See, on May 15th, I got a comment from a subscriber who was tapping in, you know, and showing hella love for the past couple weeks. And he told me, he's like, yo, Jay, make more content. That's basically what he said. He pushed me. He was like, bro, you have valuable content. Like, what's the net negative? And I was in my head a lot, but I knew that I could be productive. I at least knew that I could go for 3 weeks because I'd proved that to myself before. But I knew that I could go longer. I knew I had more stories to tell by that point. This was back in May 15th, so mid-May. And so I decided that I'm going to start uploading every single day. And from May 15th to August 24th, I did 101 days of daily uploads. I think I uploaded like 130 plus videos in that time. Sometimes I was uploading, like, there was 2 weeks, basically the last 2 weeks of July, I uploaded daily double dailies, 2 videos a day. There was points where I was dropping vlogs and like a regular talking head. I was dropping a podcast and a regular talking head, or like a coaching call recording and a regular talking head. I was going crazy, bro. And the last 7 months, May 15th to right now, December 16th, as I'm recording this, I haven't missed an upload for longer than 12 days. If that isn't consistency, if that isn't productivity, I don't know what it is. I've made 273 videos in the last 7 months. I've written 70 newsletters in the last 7 months. I've learned how to be productive. But it took me a year. It took me a year. I started doing this shit a year ago. And it took me a year to genuinely like, oh yeah, I'm actually productive now. Like I can I'm productive. Like blank, period, simple. I know how to work. And that's awesome. But a year is a long time. And so it's my goal with this video and with my program, Digital Renaissance Creators. So this video is going to give you the system. I just wanted to give you this intro and give you like a system, tell you a little bit more about myself because I didn't do that in the video itself. So got that out the way with. Let's get into the video, get into the system. Let's get you more productive, baby. Actually, real quick. What do I mean by 2 to 5xing your productivity output? Let's say you can only work for 20 minutes right now. So basically, at the end of 90 days, I want to get you to working 40 minutes, which would be 2 times, or even 5 times, which is right the height. And 20 minutes, 5 times, that'd be 100 minutes, so about an hour and a half. So in 90 days, I would grant, like I feel like I got a dub if you can go from 20 minutes to 40 minutes to even up to 90, 100 minutes. That's my goal, to be able to help you work more consistently, be more productive, so you can pursue your interests, so you can learn more, so you can study more, so you can create art more, so you can lift more, so you can write more, so you can record more, so you can pursue entrepreneurial or creator endeavors, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to be productive for, whatever goals that align with who you are as a spiritually inclined multi-creative. So if that sounds like you, let's get into the rest of the 90-day productive polymath protocol system. Yo, I kid you not, I was just recording this video for an hour, but then I had to stop and change the battery, and then my SD card had to not reformat, some bullshit. But TLDR, I just recorded for an hour and all of the footage is gone, so that's nice. But it's okay because that video was way too fucking long anyway. So let's just get right into this. Let's start right here at the No Limit Mindset. In the program, I'll help you with this more one-to-one, but what you can do is you can check out more if you want to hear about mindset, metaphysics. I talk a lot about that in the No Limit Mindset. The No Limit Mindset is very heavily based in metaphysical principles, in the mirror principle, in the law of one. It's very heavily based in these two things. So understanding that is very important. And so if you want to understand that, you can check out my Purposeful Productivity course. It's a free course I have on YouTube. You can check that out with the link in my description, okay? So in terms of No Limit Mindset, I'll talk about this one thing here that's the foundational principle of it, and then we'll get into the rest of the actual system that'll help you. So before I actually get into this, I want to make sure that you're actually the right kind of person who wants to watch this video. So this video is for people who are open to the esoteric, the mystical, the occult, the metaphysical, these kinds of spiritual concepts, these kinds of people, these kinds of principles. People who are growth mindseted, who want to learn, who want to grow, who want to improve their mental health, and who want to do it while living in alignment with their divine will, with divine purpose, with divine will, and with their divine purpose. There we go. So if that sounds like you, check number one. There's two more checks. Check number two is that you're a multi-creative, you're a multi-passionate person. Here I have a few of my goals: business, fitness, and art. Those are a few of the things I love. I'm also, like I just said, into the esoteric, the metaphysical, the occult. I also love science as well. I'm into YouTube. I've always been a content creator. I love writing. So I'm a multi-creative. I'm a multi-passionate person. I also want to get more into history as well. That's something that actually is pretty awesome and that I definitely want to get into. But when it comes to being a polymath, being a multi-creative, it's really about, like, do you have multiple interests? Do you refuse to be put into a box? If that sounds like you, check number two. Check number three. Do you want to work hard? Yes. Do you want to work hard? Because here's the thing. This system, look, I'm going to help you start small. I'm going to help you start with just 15 minutes a day because that's all you need, honestly. That's all you need to start making genuine progress. When I was first starting getting consistent with this channel 7 months ago, almost on the day, it was actually 7 months ago yesterday. So I started my daily uploads for 101 days. So I did daily uploads from May 15th to August 24th. So I started on May 15th, and it's currently December 16th as I record this video. So when I first started back in May, for the first month, I only spent 15, 30 minutes, maybe an hour recording my YouTube videos, making content. And then, I'd have a couple days here and there. Maybe I'd spend like a few hours, 4 or 6 hours working on a sales page or working on products or working on, writing or the course or fucking recording a course. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. So at times there would be points where I'd spend longer, but most of those days there'd just be 15, 30 minutes showing up and making content, marketing my products, right? For business. But whatever that is for you, that can just be 15 minutes a day. It can start with 15 minutes of calisthenics a day. It can start with just showing up and drawing for 10 minutes a day, just sketching for 10 minutes a day. It can be showing up and going on a 10-minute walk. It can be showing up and making a 10-minute talking head. It can be showing up and writing fucking 200 words for your paper, for your book, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. You can make progress in 15 minutes per day. It's that simple. So that's what I'm gonna help you do in this video. And that's what I'm gonna help you do in my one-to-one program if you're ready to take action. So if you're a spiritually inclined and creator, spiritually inclined, check 1. Multi-creative or polymath, check 2. Who's willing to work hard, right? Check 3. So if you're those 3 and you want to improve your mental health and 2 to 5x your productivity output in 90 days, I'm gonna help you do that. In this video, I'm gonna give you the system, and if you want to check out my one-to-one program and get accountability to actually help you implement this information, apologies, I'm having a hard time speaking right now because I told you I literally was talking for an hour and about 20 minutes. And yeah. So let's just get into this. If you'd like help, link in the description, or if you're watching this as the sales letter, as the VSL, just come join up, gang. All right, so no limit mindset. We're going to check that off. I'm not going to talk too much about the esoteric, the metaphysical, because that was why that video was an hour long, and I don't want it to be an hour long. So let's get into the system. Set the right goals. So we want to have SMART or input-based goals. So SMART basically is an acronym. It's a goal setting method, and it's a great way to set goals because it helps you focus on inputs. And inputs is one we want to focus on because it helps us get to the cause, focus on the cause, and not focus on the effect. So from a metaphysical perspective, focusing on the cause is great because that's the only way to affect change, to create reality. You can't shift the physical plane by trying to focus on an effect because the physical plane is the plane of effect. And so you have to go to the cause. You have to go to the cause if you want to create change in reality. And so input, the cause, is how we do that. And so by focusing on inputs, we eventually get to the output over an extended period of time. So SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound. My stomach just growled loud as fuck. If you heard that, don't mind. If you hear it throughout the video, don't mind it. It's all right. We're staying fasted, baby. Staying fasted. Yo, I just realized that I have a cup of coffee that is completely cold sitting in the microwave right now. I was totally going to have that this morning. That's crazy. What time is it? 3 o'clock. Okay. All right. SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound. Awesome. So for me, I've had my business goals. So I've recently switched up my business goal. So before I've had goals of 10K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I still have goals with those. But that's not the revenue goal. That's the closest in my awareness. Right now, the closest revenue goal in my awareness is 2K a month. One, because it's kind of like the next milestone that makes sense in terms of like what I've achieved. I've currently, like, the most revenue I've made in a month has been $1,300. So it makes sense that 15 or 2,000 is like a next step. But $2,000 is really the money that I need to be a digital nomad, which is what I want to do, to go to Bali, go to Thailand, to, be in Asia or in Latin America, South America. That's something that I genuinely want. What the hell? Damn it. The timer is going off. There you go. So my goal is 2K a month right now. And that's like the output. But we don't focus on outputs. We focus on inputs. So what are the inputs? I'm focusing on the marketing, my marketing inputs. And so that's my newsletters, which is cultivating more of my inner circle. And then my vlogs and my podcast, which is to attract people. And then, also to still build connection and to provide a lot of value. And so I'm basically 90 newsletters and 90 vlogs / podcasts. My podcast is just the audio version of my newsletter. The audio version of my vlog. That is the goal, 90 and 90. And so that's basically just one every single day of quarter one, 2025. That's the goal. Quarter one, 2025, I write one every single day. So by the end of quarter one, 2025, I want to have 90 newsletters and then 90 vlogs/podcasts out. And I genuinely know and believe that if I have that input in, if I focus on improving my storytelling, providing value, focusing on abundance mindset, cultivating that, I'm going to hit my goal no problem. Absolutely. Definitely. So that's my business goal. Compared to 2K a month, this is a way better goal, right? Fitness. Get big, LOL. Nice goal, right? LMAO. Right? So that was the first goal, the trash goal. Here's the good goal, the amazing, the smart goal. Increase dumbbell curl from 15 pounds to 50 pounds in 15 weeks. That's an amazing goal. It's an amazing goal. Very measurable, very specific, very clear, very actionable, very achievable, time bound, like all the boxes. Cool. Art goal. Paint. Trash. Absolutely horrendous goal. New goal. Fill 2 pages in mixed media journal every week. Boom. Super clear, super actionable, awesome, and it makes sense. So it's like, guys, when you don't have these shitty goals, you can actually know what to do to make progress. Crazy, right? And so you just take your goals and just do this. Boom. Simple. So if you'd like help with that, like I said, join with the program. So let's get into step 3. Starting small. So I want to start first with just saying drop your ego. I'm just going to say that right now. Drop your ego. You're like, wait, Jaden, hold up. Like, why are you coming at me like that? I ain't even do nothing right. You ain't even say nothing yet. Drop your ego. I want you to start with 15 minutes a day. Simple. You'd be like, oh, Jaden, I could do more. I could do 30 minutes. I could do an hour. Man, I could do 4 hours. Man. I have no clue what that was. Yeah, you can't do anything. So I don't know why you're talking, because I don't think you'd be watching this video about how to be more productive or trying to buy a program about how to be more productive if you could just be fucking productive. I'm surely not buying a program about being more productive because I don't fucking need one. Oh shit! And so that's you. That's okay. That's okay. Like I'm not trying to shit on you, right? That's fine, and I respect. And I'm like pounded, dog. I respect your fucking humility, and I respect that you're getting after it. But here's the thing: you want to get more productive, but the thing is, your skill level is low. It's unfortunate, right? I'll just draw you a tiny little flow state graph. So let's think about challenge here, skill here, skill. So in the middle here, we have flow, skill, challenge. This is boredom, and this is anxiety. Cool. So this is like very terrible graph, but if you can see this, then cool. Audio listeners feel bad. But we want our challenge and our skill level to be equal or have one just slightly exceeding the other. That is also okay for flow state, for us getting into the peak experience. Imagine you were an elite MMA fighter, for instance, and you've been training for 12 years. Training is your fucking life. All you do, eat, sleep, wake up, train, just beat people up. So one day, someone's like, yo, go spar that complete newbie. Never even thrown a punch, never had a fight. You're like, got me fucked up, right? Like, respectfully, like, they'd have me fucked up, honestly. Like, why would I do that? It doesn't make any sense. And so it's like, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't take action. You wouldn't move because it's boring. Makes sense. Let's throw it to the flip. Let's say you were the newbie and someone was like, yo, go fight the fucking like monster that's been training for the last decade. And you're like, y'all tripping. Yeah, I mean, like, respectfully, gang, I'd be out of there too. You know what I mean? Like, what? And so it's like, bro, you wouldn't move, you wouldn't take action because it's too anxiety inducing. So If your skill is too high and the challenge is too low, boredom. If your challenge is too high and your skill is too low, anxiety. But if your challenge and skill are equal, or one slightly exceeds the other, boom, flow state. And so if your skills are low, your challenge needs to be fucking low if you want to take action. Get it? So you need to drop your ego and start with 15 minutes a day. Okay? So I mean that's what it is. You drop your ego and you start with 15 minutes a day. And the thing is, guys, starting small is amazing. So let me tell you this story about me last year, a bit of my fitness journey. So last year, I had my first ever consistency of fitness since I was in high school, since I was training track back in 10th grade or some shit. Yeah. And that was when I was just getting onto self-improvement back in a couple months in October, and I was doing some push-ups. And I just grew, a bit of muscle. Some of this is gym gains, but most of this is from push-ups. And that's when I got these stretch marks, if you can see those. But basically, I started that series of doing push-ups every single day. And I started with literally 2 sets of 5. 2 sets of 5 with 10 push-ups in a day. And then the next day I did 2 sets of 6, 12. And then the next day I did 2 sets of 7, 14. And the next day I did 2 sets of 16. I mean 2 sets of 8, 16. You know what I mean? I just only increased by 1 every single day. And the thing is, it was still challenging every day, but it was still doable every day. And so I was growing every day, and I was getting that momentum every day. I was getting that win, that progress every day. That was building crazy fucking momentum. Crazy momentum. Dang shit. Forgot to mention this. I eventually worked my way up to 100, I think about 110-ish push-ups, 112. But my goal was to hit 100. And so I started at 5, 10 a day, 2 sets of 5, and I eventually worked up to 2 sets of 50, which got me to 100 in a day. My goal was to be doing 100 push-ups a day. So I hit my goal of 100 after about, a month and a half, 2 months. And that's basically the theory. It's let's just progressively make progress. Progressive overload. It's like in the gym. We add weight, or we add progress, we add difficulty, we add challenge over an extended period of time as we increase our skill level with that. Boom. Back to it. I mean, I want you to think about it on the flip. I earlier this year, I like to call it my haze period. Oh, sorry if you can hear Brownie barking. This was towards the end of January. So from the last week of January, all of February, and then the first 2 weeks of March, I was basically waking up, getting high, fapping. I was on self-improvement at this point, you know what I mean? But I was waking up, getting high, fapping. I was in Adonis school at this point as well. But I just didn't believe in myself. I was lost. This is before I was really back into spirituality. Actually, I was more into Christianity at this point. But I'd say that once I left Adonis school, some of it kind of getting lifted, and then I started finding a bit more direction when I started doing videography. But then I started not liking that. But then I started doing YouTube again, and that started bringing me more direction. And then I started doing video more, and I wanted to get into film, which is when I started thinking of Road to Renaissance 8 months ago, but I couldn't actually do it. And I was just thinking, taking action because I wasn't actually productive 8 months ago. I didn't know how to work. So, man, there's just so many things that have led to me right now. So fucking crazy, bro. But none of it would have happened if I didn't start small. You know what I mean? So I mean, I was back there in a haze, back earlier this year, and I was kind of just spiraling down, and I kept spiraling down, all the way throughout February until halfway through March, until I woke up halfway through March, and I'm like, wait, bro, we're almost through the first quarter of this year. Hold up, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And that's when I realized, I was like, I haven't been making the progress I want to make. I haven't been doing the things I want to make. I haven't been taking action on YouTube, on business, self-improvement, mental health, spirituality. Just wasn't doing the things I wanted to do. But the thing is, it's like I had too much pressure on myself. I wasn't starting small enough. I wasn't actually staying consistent because I couldn't, because my mental health was trash. Here's the thing, guys. Like your productivity is great, and like you can push through the mental health, but it's like, why do that when you could just work on your mental health and your productivity? It's like the biggest block for productivity is mental health, like genuinely. And so it's like, why not just work on both? Which is what my program is going to help you do. I'm going to help you improve your spiritual health, your mental health, your physical health, like your holistic health. Well, I'm right, not really too big into the physical in terms of like fitness or anything, but in terms of like walking, in terms of stretching, exercise, just in general, just being outside, getting sunlight, that super advocate for. So in terms of that, definitely. I'm getting into the fitness and exercise now, but in terms of like the mental practices, the spiritual practices, in terms of law of one, in terms of purpose, in terms of service, into things like that, the metaphysical, the esoteric, the occult, the things that have really helped me heal and feel like I belong and feel like this reality is mine to create. That is what I can bring to you in my program, in this one-to-one program. You also get my, access to my creators and, the people that I've attracted along my journey, fellow conscious creators, fellow like-minded, spiritually inclined and multi-creatives and polymaths. So, hey, if you don't need any more convincing, just join up. Click on that button. I want to see you in there. But the spiral, crazy, right? And so let's get into the final principle of what I'm calling the 90-day productive polymath protocol. Being a more productive polymath in 90 days, right? For the spiritually inclined, multi-creatives, and polymaths, improve their mental health and 2 to 5x their productivity output in 90 days. There we go. So we have progressive overload equation. This is the final part of the productive polymath protocol, the 90-day productive polymath protocol. So it's the progressive overload equation. And so this is for 90 days, but you can put this, for any time period that you want, for any amount of weeks that you want. Oh my gosh. So what you do is you start with your input goal. So we're input-based creators. So we start with our input goal, and then we subtract our current capabilities, our current input, and then we divide by 12, which is the amount of weeks, right? So 90 days is 12 weeks, 3 months. And then that gives us our weekly progressive overload delta, which is basically how much we can add every week. And so let's use my fitness example for the progressive overload equation example. So I have the goal of going from 15 to 50. So that'd basically be 50 minus 15. My input goal, 50, minus 15, my current input. That's how much I can currently lift dumbbell curls. Sorry if you can hear my dogs. So we have that. And then I divide by, that says 12, right? So if you're going by 90 days, which is what I'd help you do in the program, but my goal is 15 because I'm starting today and I'm actually going until the end of quarter 1, 2025. It's actually exactly 15 weeks from today, December 16th, until March 31st, end of quarter 1, 2025. So that's nice. So I have 50 minus 15 divided by 15, which would be 35 divided by 15, which would be 2 1/3 pounds per week. So that's how many pounds I could add per week. So this week, I would focus on lifting 15 pounds. Next week, I would do, let's say, 17, 18 pounds. The week after that, I would do 20, 21 pounds, you know what I mean? So, or if I couldn't do, if I couldn't increase it by 2 pounds, then every 2 weeks, I'd go 5 pounds instead. So that's what I'd push for instead if I can't do it like this instead. So that's what I'm doing, guys. You know what I mean? Like the progressive overload equation. This is basically what it is. If once you have this, it's like you have the input that you have to do. Okay, I have to like focus on doing this thing every day. So like for actually lifting, I just have to go to the gym and fucking lift the weight. Like I know how to fucking do that. And so I do that and I add this amount of weight over a certain amount of time. Awesome. Let's say you wanted to increase your ability to record videos. So let's do another example. let's say you want to 2x your productivity output in terms of recording YouTube videos. So my boy Sam, my dog Sam has been he has been struggling in terms of like wanting to create longer content himself. But he actually has been kind of coming to this realization that it's honestly just a part of the process, and he has to let it come to him, that it has to come with the skill level. And I was kind of telling him, like, yeah, bro, that's how it is. Because for me, it's kind of hard to not create long form content. And that's just because that's where my skill level is at right now. And so think about this, right? So let's say your current input level is, let's say, like for Sam example, he on average makes 4 to 8 minute videos. So let's just say average, let's just say 7. Just say 7 minutes. So his current input is 7. But he wants to make 30-minute videos. Okay? That's his goal, 30 minutes. And so let's say Sam's goal is to do it in 12 weeks. Okay? So that would be 30 minus 7 divided by 12. That'd be 23 divided by 12. And so this is a fairly easy one. This is basically about 2. So we'll just say about 2. So basically, Sam would have to add 2 minutes per week. Let's I'll do a little plus sign here. Plus 2 min per week. So Sam would have to add 2 minutes to his ability to speak every single week. And I'm not gonna lie, if you actually practice speaking to the camera every day, this is genuinely doable as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, dog. Like in 3 months, you guys have no idea how much progress I made in my first 3 months of uploading every single day. If you genuinely spoke to the fucking camera every day, I genuinely believe you could make this progress. I actually not only believe, I know it because I literally live this. I live this. If you guys go to the videos that I was recording, my daily uploads from back in late May and June, the first like 20, 30 of those videos are like less than 15 minutes, 10 minutes. And nowadays, it's hard for me. Like, you barely see a video of mine that's less than 15, 20 minutes. It just comes out of me, bro. You know what I mean? So, but when you do it like this, guys, that's the wave. And here's the thing, guys. If your goal can't be achieved in 90 days, like, that's fine. Just extend the time. Do it in 160 days, right? Or 120 days, right? Do it in 16 weeks. Do it in 6 months. Do it over a year. Extend the period however long you need it to make for it to be realistic, for it to be achievable, and for it to be flow state inducing. If you feel like you can't actually take action on this current task, so like let's say I was like, yo Sam, all right, bet. So you're currently averaging 7-minute videos. By next week, do you think you could be averaging 9-minute videos? If Sam was like, ooh, I'm not gonna lie, Jaden, that sounds a bit too tough, I'd be like, all right, bet. Don't even go for that, gang. What about 8? He's like, all right, I could do 8. I'm like, all right, dude, go for 8 then. You know what I mean? So if it sounds too hard, it is. Listen to your intuition. Trust your intuition every time. Simple. So if it sounds too hard, it is. Lower the bar. That's fine. Like I said, drop your fucking ego. It's okay. It's okay. Make the progress that you can make today, so that over a long period of time, you can make the most amount of progress possible. I'll close you guys out with this quote by Tim Ferriss. Short-term progress is created by intensity. Long-term progress is created by consistency. Don't sacrifice the latter for the former. And so intensity is awesome. I love intensity, right? I love going hard for like short periods of time, because actually as Renaissance creators, as polymaths, I feel like that's a great vehicle for growth and for evolutions, like using these sprints as like tools. But you can't get stuck. You can't get trapped in this paradigm, this like belief that I have to have now, that if things don't happen right to now, if things don't happen, that I suck. Like I had a goal of hitting fucking 10K a month, December 2024. I had a goal of hitting 20K a month to December 2024. Think I'm hitting 20K per month, bro? Do you think I'm hitting 20K per month this month? Maybe. I don't know, but probably not. In the last 2 months, I've made $0, so it's unlikely. And that's okay, because that's a part of my journey. And that's a journey, that's a part that I'm completely open and accepting. And I'm just here playing the game in love with business, trying to improve at it and provide more value so I can level up in the game. So this here is the Productive Polymath Protocol. You start with the no limit mindset. Like I said, if you want to know more about that, I have 2 videos I recommend for that. One is linked in my description at all times. It's my 3.5-hour course, my free mindset and productivity, mindset, creativity course, whatever you want to call it. It's called Purposeful Productivity, but in the description, you'll see it as how I unblocked my unlimited creativity and 10x my productivity. That is great for no limit mindset. Or you can just join my fucking program. If you want. I don't really care, honestly. Because like I said, I don't really care if I make the money. I just want to help people. No, actually, not. That's a lie. I definitely care about making the money. I definitely care about the money. Money is awesome. Definitely want the money. But I want to help people. So, if you see this board and you're like, oh shit, Jaden's laid out all the sauce and he has way more sauce for me that he can't even tell me in this video because it'd be way too long, I bet I'm in. If that's you, right? If you're watching this on YouTube, click on that top link, come join. I want to see you in there. If you're on school right now, click on the button, gang. All right? I'm going to get done rambling because I need to take a break and have food. Yep, it's a good idea. Let me catch y'all. Do it today. You better for it tomorrow. Stay blessed. Stay loving.